April 1st, 1873, North Atlantic Ocean. White Star Liner RMS Atlantic, the second of the Oceanic class, was on a routine transatlantic crossing from Liverpool to New York. Weather had been smooth, but conditions were cold. The crew had unknowingly sailed right into an ice field. Looming icebergs in the area. Suddenly, a cry from the lookouts breaks the silence of the night. "Iceberg, right ahead!" Chief Officer John Firth and Second Officer Henry Metcalf froze. There was ice. "On the starboard! Engines full astern!" The crew tried desperately to turn their ship away from the approaching iceberg. By 3:15 a.m. in Paris, Atlantic crashes hard into the ice. A loud shudder wakes the passengers up. The captain orders the engines to stop. The ship had just crashed into ice. Dear God, what have we gotten ourselves into? Captain Williams darted to the bridge and ordered the engines to stop. Stewards are to wake up all passengers. The second order is for the crew to swing out once lifeboats in a calm and orderly fashion to avoid causing panic. The last order was to fire the stress rockets from the bridge. The ship's radio davits, launching lifeboats will be done relatively quickly and efficiently. Women and children boarded the lifeboats first, as they were following the bulkhead board. Common practice. The first lifeboats were lowered away on their seats. Boats 1 and 2 were always quick to new lifeboats, 4, 5, and 6. Boat 9 was lowered, along boat 10 and 8. Boat 7 was the next to go, followed by boat 12. All away, man! Keep her steady! And then the whole snapped. Boat 3, and capsized on its way down, spilling back to him. And the only one from September. Water is starting to spill over the road pages. Ship's orchestra knew time was running out. Playing a final somber tune. Nearer my God to leave. Gravity. The ship began to plunge. The bow dropped like in a rock, lifting her stern high in the air. 550 passengers, mostly women and children, had been evacuated in the lifeboats, while 400 people, mostly men, were stranded on the ship, waiting for the end. Atlantic tipped skyward, lifting her huge single four-blade propeller in the air. The funnel collapsed as the space submerged. And the lights flickered and went out as the ship's electricity failed. The backup lighting had finally gone out, at last. Atlantic took her last breath. By 4:15, just an hour after impact, Atlantic would slip beneath the surface, in the very ocean of her namesake, never to see the light of day again. Swim for the upturned boat! That was inconvenient. The boat stabilized. It's pretty unstable. It's rackety design. The Atlantic is gone. Dozens are stranded in the frigid North Atlantic.
December.
Very ocean of her namesake, and they're smashing into an iceberg. Pretty tragic. She has suffered a similar fate to what the Arctic of the Collins line went through in 1856, in January that year. And the Atlantic had crashed into ice in April of 1873. But unlike the Arctic, survivors were rescued by sunrise by other vessels in the area, while the Arctic had vanished without a trace. I mean the Pacific. The Pacific was lost after smashing into ice in January of 1856 of all hands. But the Atlantic had about 550 survivors in the ship's 10 lifeboats. May the victims rest in peace.